Dearest family and friends, can we give Hashem Nachas? I believe we can. I mean, we are his children, aren't we? We'll answer this question with a story. You know how I love a good story. This is one of my favorites that I shared at our Passover Seder last year. It's called Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev would not start the Seder until. It was a few hours until the Seder began, and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev had an urgent message for his students. He said, I will not begin the Seder until I have 50 silk scarves, 10 pounds of Turkish tobacco, and 1 loaf of bread. His students were stunned. Rebbe, they cried, where are we supposed to find these items? The scarves and tobacco are outlawed by the czar. They're contraband. No one has any. And for the loaf of bread, it's Passover in a few hours. So where are we going to find a loaf of bread in all of Berdichev? Rabbi Levi was adamant and refused to begin the Seder until they would bring him the illegal items and the 1 loaf of bread. His students ran all over the place, scouring the entire town for the items they needed. After much begging and explaining, they finally managed to secure the silk scarves and Turkish tobacco and returned at once to their Rebbe to show him what they had found. Excellent, said Rabbi Levi Yitzchak. But where is the loaf of bread? With tears in their eyes, the students pleaded, please, Rebbe, you must understand. Where are we to find chametz in Berdichev only hours before Passover? Rabbi Levi Yitzchak lifted his eyes to the heavens and began to cry. Dear God, the czar has outlawed the importing of silk scarves. Anyone caught wearing a scarf is sentenced to 25 years in a labor camp. Nevertheless, the people of Berdichev have at least 50 scarves. There is a death penalty for anyone caught with Turkish tobacco, and the czar has stationed hundreds of soldiers along the borders to ensure that it's not brought in. Nevertheless, there is plenty of Turkish tobacco to be found in Berdichev. But you, God, you have no police force or inspectors. Where are your labor camps and courts? You commanded us over 3,000 years ago to rid our houses of chametz, and not even a crumb of chametz is to be found in the entire city. Who is like your people, O Israel? And with that final declaration, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev sat down to begin his Passover Seder. I can imagine Rabbi Levi Yitzchak storming the heavens on the eve of Passover this year, saying to the Almighty, look at your beloved children. Look at their yearning for your Torah and the opportunity to connect to you and to each other. Friends, it's been more than 3,300 years since Hashem told us to remove the chametz from our houses, eat matzah and maror, and tell our children the story of Passover. I couldn't help but smile to myself as I was popping in and out of grocery stores, watching the hurrying of Jews from all walks of life, doing what we have been doing for thousands of years. Albeit we didn't have Sobeys for thousands of years, but still, of course God gets nachas from us. Look at how hard we are trying to connect, each one of us in our own way, to the Jewish people, to Jewish history, and to each other, so that through the Seder, we too can add our chapter to the remarkable, miraculous story of the Jewish people. May the Almighty look down on each one of us with blessings in all our desired areas. Wishing you all a Chag Kasher V'Sameach. I love Passover.